Kelly is obsessed with the death of her daughter, and I don't think Kelly will ever accept the fact that Sheena committed suicide.
I could not find anything, any one person, any note, anything in journals, anything that could prove that Sheena was suicidal. There were so many things that were overlooked in this investigation. There's a domestic violence call the night before. The boyfriend is not brought in for questioning until 22 days later. The detective never looked into the 911 phone call.
Kelly is relentless in doing what she's doing. And Kelly hired another renowned coroner to exhume the body. I got a text from Kelly, and the text read, "Soon everyone will know." They cut this poor girl open again, and what I understand is they didn't find anything.
By doing the second autopsy, he could not determine that Sheena had committed suicide.
After a lot of work and more forensic experts getting involved into Sheena's case, going through everything from the text messages to the crime scene photos, every single thing that I had collected, they stated in their affidavits that Sheena's death was a staged crime scene.
A team of experts from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement will investigate if the Bradenton Beach Police Department did a complete investigation.
We looked at it as a victory.
I'm not sure if I will ever have the absolute truth, but there's one thing that we do know. Sheena's death was not a suicide.
I want Kelly to be satisfied with the fact that I did not harm her daughter and stop trying to ruin my life.
I will never stop trying to find the truth.
Well, okay, I want to add somebody to our conversation here. Senior crime scene analyst Jan Johnson investigated Sheena's death and says that she believes the crime scene was staged. Now, Jan is with us on the phone. Jan, thank you for joining us. I want to talk about why you think the crime scene was staged.
Well, to begin with, I looked at all the evidence that was provided to me, the autopsy report, the crime scene photographs, and the police report.
All right, and out of this, you looked at close to 400 images from the Sheriff's Department and medical examiner, 70 color prints, the autopsy report, all of that. And you drew some conclusions from there.
Let's begin with the entrance to the crime scene. There is a do not disturb sign on the door. When you get to the area of the body, it's a white shower. Sheena has sand on her feet. There is no sand in the shower.
Okay, so there are no tracks of sand from the door to the shower and no sand in the shower.
That is correct.
So if she had sand on her feet and had walked in there to hang herself, some of it would have come off on the floor, is your point?
That is my opinion.
Okay. All right. What else did you see?
I also saw the position of her clothing. Number one, if she had hung herself, her pants would have been bunched up to the calf of her leg.
Why is that? Why would they have been bunched up to the calf of her leg?
The way she would have slid in position.
I see. Okay.
But instead, her feet are under her pants, consistent with her being either positioned or dragged to that position.
Okay. All right. What else?
I also looked at the dog leash wrapped around her neck, and I'm not sure if you hung yourself that dog leash would even support the weight of her body. Again, it's consistent with it being staged.
Okay.
Also, I looked at the processing that was done by law enforcement, and it appeared to be very sparse. There was no processing of the shower floor for barefoot or footwear impression. Also, I don't know that a lot of the processing that could have been done was done in this case.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.